Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another reaction here on NerdTube. I am here with my Z Fighter in arms, Majo Rage. How you doing?
Doing great. Excited to watch another death battle video with you. We thought this one was done and dusted, but they've got something else to say on it, so we're going to be here again to give our own something about that something.
So, complete transparency, really quick. I have seen this, but Majo Rage has not, so he is going into this blind. Now we know the history of Goku versus Superman 1, 2, and prior to us starting here, we did watch the breakdown. So we are going to go straight into the death battle and then the recap at the end.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
We're jumping right into it. You can hear okay?
Yes, sir.
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
So we're getting like the Brokeback Mountain version of this fight. Like that smirk.
I can't quit you, Superman.
Right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just saying, like the way they smirked at one another, I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna do it.
You're holding back. Give it your all. No regrets.
I'm doing just fine.
No regrets. Goku would totally get a no regrets tattoo with it misspelled.
Yeah, right.
Oh, blue.
Yeah, straight to blue. No God or three or... I mean, who knows if they're in one or two anymore. I mean, we gotta look for the electric whiskies.
One-inch punch.
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
Wasn't it? It was...
Cardboard.
All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Ooh, Super Saiyan 2, Superman.
Oh, they did the phasing power.
Yep.
Well, what do you think?
That was awesome. Nice suit.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
UI. Yep.
Finally.
Okay, first off, he's never gone Kaioken in UI though. I don't know if he
No,
can.
I don't. They're both techniques, so
I mean, you could probably stack a technique.
I'd have to think on that one.
Yeah. And they broke the universe.
Ooh, KO. Does that make it a tie?
Ah, darn it.
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
I look forward to it.
Let's go again.
You're on.
KO! That's it! The final, indisputable answer! Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
There's so many ways this battle could go, especially with all the other continuities.
Yeah, for real, Goku would kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative of this fight.
First up, strength. Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole universe, or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most, Dragon Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own. But based on the DC Universe's officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times larger.
Vigintillion.
Zillion times more than Goku.
There's a joke
At
there,
some
but
point
I'm
you
not
reach a number
slow
high enough
hanging
that
fruit.
It just doesn't mean
I know,
anything
right?
anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap is just too much, especially with the World Forger feat. Not even Heroes competes with that. Superman takes the edge in strength.
But strength isn't everything. Let's talk speed. Both are obviously way faster than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds and flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense, he can keep up with the Flash, whose speed is so ludicrous it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and Ultra Instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable. The safest bet here is to say they tie in speed.
Especially when we look at skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only used them a few times. It would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku wins in skill, but not necessarily in experience.
Don't get it wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades training, but Superman battled Norse demons for 1,000 years.
He's also astonishingly brilliant, like when he reassembled the reality warping miracle machine from
He
memory.
really likes bringing up that miracle
Experience
machine.
Obviously goes
Yeah.
to Superman. But perhaps less obvious is our last category, powers.
Hakai, Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, Instant Transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from Magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and Magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway, whose greater strength could break out of something like the God Bind.
Mafuba and the Spirit Bomb would take way too long, and Goku's never successfully used Hakai before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase
I'd like
from
that
reality. Like,
note
he's
about the
taking Omega
Mafuba,
beams,
because I
which
was
do the same
thinking
thing
about
as
the
Hakai.
Mafuba.
Superman
It's
can
like,
time
why
travel,
doesn't he just
countering
seal him?
instant transmission similar ability
Yeah.
from Heroes. And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum, instant transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp to any red star.
Even if he did, Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else. Goku versus Superman breaches a broader zeitgeist. It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other world of ideas and stories for us sheltered Westerners to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at stake, who wants Goku to lose?
You sure you're not overthinking this?
It's not our intent, but it does call into question what we're doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence? And if so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man. There's more than one way to appreciate something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Age of Ultron.
You're right.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer,
I'm just
that
saying.
battle was super, man.
That's the worst pun.
What? It fits them both.
It's so lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I do the math. The pun's your job.
Well, maybe if you math as good as I punned, then Goku would have won.
What is wrong with you?
All right. So while you collect your thoughts, Mage, I'm just gonna. Do you mind if I go first?
Not at all. Go
Okay.
for it, host.
So yeah, I obviously third time's not the charm for Goku, but it is a charm for Superman. And going into this, and you actually nailed it right on the head when we walked into this, and you said, it'd be really sus if Superman doesn't win, because at the end of the day, and as you can see, we are both Goku fans. Well, we're Dragon Ball fans. We're not. Neither of us are really the biggest Goku fans, but none of us I'm sure neither of us think are naive enough to think that anyone can beat Superman because he's so broken. It is not a fair fight to put Superman in a fight against anyone except himself. And that's just because he is so broken. He's like one of the longest living casts of, superheroes of all time. So it's like it's just not. And I'm not bitching about Goku losing. This is kind of how I figured. And as I said, if it didn't happen, I probably would have been. At this point, I'm just enjoying the fights, enjoying the breakdowns. And honestly, as I said, I enjoyed this fight. I thought it was great that we right out the gate, and they didn't really dilly dally on too much of the stupid stuff. But at the end of the day, it is about a broken character versus a relatable character, as in Goku. And I know, Goku is way more relatable than Superman, but Superman is something different than Goku is. So I know people will be debating this eons and eons and eons, but until Goku learns, and he probably even wouldn't. I say until Goku learns to develop kryptonite in his ki. But I don't even think he would do that. He would want Superman to fight at his max potential. So, yeah, it's just it. Truth be told, it's not a fair fight, and everyone goes back and forth about why what's Goku would win. Look, just even if you take the math out of it, just look at how broken Superman is. Logically, even if you have Ultra Instinct, Superman couldn't touch him in Ultra Instinct, then they would literally be fighting until Goku wore out, and then Superman would tank him. So I don't know. Go ahead, Mage. You're up.
This is about what I expected would be the outcome. It's the battle of the most broken character versus probably the second most broken character. Nobody really ever expects Goku to ultimately not get the W at the end of the day, except in this matchup. I enjoyed the lack of as much banter in this fight and the focus more on the action of it. I think Death Battle knew that everybody was here for just to see kind of the end, what they would how they would play out Ultra Instinct being a part of this conflict. And I enjoyed their breakdowns and analyses, and I learned something new about Superman each time we watch one of these. Just there's so much to know a 90-year-old character, but no, I think that this one kind of needs to, at least as far as from their channel goes, I think they need to put a feather in this cap. I think they're running on fumes with it. But I'm kind of over the argument in and of itself because it's apples and oranges.
Yeah. And as I said, the only way Goku can win it is if they make him more broken, and that's not what we want for the character.
Not at all.
As I said, me and you neither of us are super big Goku fans, but we can at least appreciate what Goku is, and that is, the main protagonist of Dragon Ball. He's the one who keeps elevating everybody else on the show to get better. He is the bar. And, as much as I love Vegeta and Trunks and Krillin, like Goku, I admit, Goku is that bar. And I mean, Vegeta's always the one who keeps getting the closest to it, but still, that pretty much Goku is the drive to get stronger in that show. And I'm fine with that. I'm glad, like like we've said in Superhero, I'm glad Goku and Vegeta weren't involved because it gets other people to shine. As I said, with Goku, it's I know I hope we don't get one of these every single time he comes across a new form because we're going to be seeing probably a fourth and fifth version. I would like to see Gohan versus Superboy, like a version of Superboy. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
But not like because I don't know about like clone Superman, like clone Superman technically could have clone kid Superman could technically have all the same powers. I think like maybe Superboy, like the one that's kind of like got human and Kryptonian genetics, so it's not as broken as Superman is, like legit Superman.
That'd be a better analog to Gohan's mixed parentage as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, that could be an interesting matchup. That could be something that they could go down to continue the Dragon Ball versus DC kind of vein of content, but not continue to beat this dead horse.
Yeah, and it is. It really at this point it really is a dead horse. You can't. And I feel honestly, I don't blame Death Battle. I really don't. I don't feel like I don't feel like they're doing this because they're like, oh, we're out of ideas. I feel like they're doing this because it's like everybody just keeps bugging them about this.
Yes.
Oh, what about Ultra Instinct now? What about Master Ultra Instinct? What about guys, leave them alone. Like I would rather them focus on, as we said, other fights, Superboy versus Gohan, or even completely different fights. If you want to do other Dragon Ball comparisons, let them do that. They probably spent way too many resources on doing this third battle when we all knew the outcome. And I know Goku stands are going to be upset and mad about it. But guys, like, use your rational brain to
But
go ahead.
No, they need to angrily tell us in the comments how we're stupid and should have been rooting for Goku the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I was rooting for a good fight. Truth be told, at this point, like in the first fight, I was rooting for Goku. I'm like, oh yeah, and it's not like I knew but after listening for the first two videos and all the data they've compiled, it makes sense because Superman is broken, and I know people go like, no, what about this? What about that? No, they have really crossed their T's and dotted their I's with the data and
the universe size calculations, and using that as kind of a benchmark or a litmus because Superman did the feat with shoulder pressing the universe and whatnot. They have a smoking gun for the power argument, and that goes a long way to making the outcome feel more, I hate to say legitimate, but more legitimate.
And they even said there's something like the speed. It's unquantifiable. It's like they were fair and they said we're just going to mark it as both because both their speeds are unquantifiable. So even if you say, oh, Goku has Ultra Instinct, he's more fast. Like no, in the manga already, as of the time of this recording, at the time of this video's recorded and come out, Goku has been hit in Black Frieza hit Goku in Ultra Instinct. They were not in Blue. Vegeta and Goku were in Ultra Instinct Mastered and Ultra Ego. And Black Frieza gut punched both of them. So
one shots.
So you can't say that no one out there could hit Goku in, because Frieza did it. Literally Frieza did it. So, and I'm not saying that's bad about Frieza. I'm just saying what, do we think Frieza can beat Superman? Probably not. So anyway, any other final thoughts? We can wrap this up.
I don't think I have anything else to say. Maybe a more interesting fight would have been Arale versus Superman. Arale would have actually had a shot. Gag character versus the most busted character.
That is a good one. Actually, I would love to see that one. What was that? Mr. Satan versus the one other gag character. I love that one just because it was so stupid. It was hilarious. And the Deadpool ones are also.
Yeah, that could be a good one too. But no, that's what I have to say about this. Kind of what I expected out of it, but was still entertained.
Yeah, me too. All right, everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you very much for checking this out. Please, if you leave a like and a comment down below. Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us why Goku should beat Superman. You need to list every single quantifiable number as to why you think Goku should beat Superman, and a counter as to why Superman would lose in that aspect to Goku. Like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later.
Bye.